Did you know that over 90% of you guys aren't subscribed to my channel? It's almost like you guys don't have nostalgia for early 2010s. You know, the last time in your life that you felt true joy. What is up, all of my beautiful dudes and dudettes? I am so excited to show you how you can make Injectors, a deck over 10 years old, competitive in this current metagame. This deck is insane. Now, about 6 months ago, Tombox from MST.TV showed us some crazy combos that you could do with YuGiOh, the new card that Injectors got in the Grand Creators set. So this single card was looked over greatly by the different packages and engines that were coming into the game. However, this single card was able to completely change the consistency of the Inzektor deck. And with Dragonfly and Hornet finally coming off the ban list, we can make an actual decent deck with this. This card doesn't really break the deck necessarily, but it makes the deck insane with advantage, being able to essentially fulfill the role of any Inzektor card that you need at that moment in time for the combo. The reason that I'm not preparing any mate for you, besides what I've got in this styrofoam cup right here, is that you might be able to tell from the background that this is not my normal place. See, what I've got going on is that I am in the middle of a move from Utah to Washington, D.C., and I've got family that live in New York that I'm at for a brief moment in time while I am making the transition from one side of the country to the other. I am currently just off in a side room filming this for you guys because I know that you need Injectors in your life. So this is just over 40 cards. I've been really trying to make it get as close to 40 as possible, but this is the best that my friend Josh and I have been able to build this deck so that we can get it to compete with the meta that exists today. And if you want to see some of the combos that I can bring out of this deck, please get this video to 50 likes, and then you know that we're going to be bringing out an Inzektor combo video for you guys. So let's just hop right into this. To start off, for the Injectors themselves, we've got triple Dragonfly, triple Centipede, triple Hornet, triple Ladybug, one Gigamantis, and then the new powerhouse of the deck, triple YuGiOh. Now, if you were playing back in 2011 and 2012, you know that Dragonfly, Centipede, Hornet, Ladybug, and Gigamantis were mainstays of the deck. They were so necessary to how the deck performs. Dragonfly and Centipede help build up your board presence, Dragonfly special summoning Injectors to the field, Centipede adding Injector cards from deck to hand, Hornet will pop a card anywhere on the field, it targets and destroys. Ladybug level modulates. So Ladybug is what's going to help you build up a board if you're going first. Hornet is what's going to help you build up a board and destroy your opponent's board if you're going second. Gigamantis, if it's sent to the grave while it's equipped to a monster, any monster at all, you can special summon an Inzektor from grave. YuGiOh does whatever you need it to do. YuGiOh is an amazing card. By sending an Inzektor from anywhere on field or in your hand to the grave, you can special summon an Inzektor, add an Inzektor card to hand, or equip an Inzektor card from deck to an Inzektor on field. It literally does whatever you need it to do at whatever time is available. This card alone has made it so that Injectors can play, not necessarily at, you know, a tier 0 level, but you would be able to compete at a meta level. Yes, this card can be ashed, yes, it can be drolled, but it's 2022. Ash is going to be able to stop a lot of starters in a lot of decks. You just have to roll with it. This has been the best ratio that I've seen on how to play it, having 3 each of Centipede and Dragonfly to have that presence on board, along with 3 each of Hornet and Ladybug to be able to have cards to help generate advantage for Dragonfly and Centipede. Gigamantis, I've played it at 0 and I've played it at 1. You should never play it more than 1. There is an argument to bring in Gigaweevil, but that's going to be brought up later on in this video. Now for the absolute spice. We've got the P.U.N.K engine. Triple Foxy Tune, 1 Deer Note, 1 Shirakusai, 2 Zeamin, and triple Emergency Teleport. Honestly, P.U.N.K makes this deck work so unbelievably well. A Chaos Ruler and a Zombie Lord mill. That's 9 cards that you can just mill off thanks to these guys. You need to remember that for Chaos Ruler, how you add a light or a dark to hand, you want to know what the Injectors are? They're all dark monsters. This emergency teleport is just going to help you get to your actual deck. It's going to help fulfill whatever piece you're missing of the Inzektor combo to get that going. I can't even begin to describe how perfect this deck flows, like this engine flows with the Inzektor engine. This entire engine searches itself. The P.U.N.K engine was something that I did not think would work well with Injectors, but I was definitely caught off guard when a friend at Locals brought it up to me and explained how much it could benefit the deck. After playing around with it for a couple of weeks, I am loving it. And remember, if you would like to see those combos, get this video to 50 likes and you 100% will see some Inzektor P.U.N.K combos. All right, next up for the hand traps, we have a lot of 2-ofs. Mount Fuji, I don't know if you watch my videos, but I know that you watch my stories on Facebook. But if you watch my videos, please forgive me. I just have to do this for the sake of the deck itself. We've got double Ash, double Veiler, double Droll Lockboard, double Infinite Impermanence, and double Crossout Designator. I figured that these hand traps are the ones that would impact the meta the most in today's metagame, and also they are the ones that hinder you the most as an Inzektor player, which is why I'm also maining Crossout Designator. Crossout Designator not only takes care of these hand traps such as Ash, Droll, Imperm, even Veiler. Injectors have been being hit by Effect Veiler since 2011. Crossout Designator for it finally shuts that down. To help boost consistency, we have triple Pot of Prosperity with 1 Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial helps get Hornet or Ladybug into the grave. If you're going first, you're going to want to put Ladybug in the grave. If you're going second, you're of course going to want to put Hornet in the grave. Pot of Prosperity, this is a rogue deck. This is a rogue deck in 2022. You need Pot of Prosperity to be able to see the deck itself. The deck is already hyper consistent, honestly thanks to the P.U.N.K engine, but being able to get the missing piece through Pot of Prosperity is so essential. And for our last 2 cards, the spiciest cards on whether or not they should be banned or at 1, we've got Called by the Grave and Jet Synchron. Onto the extra deck. For the insects, we've got 2 Inzektor Picofelina, 1 Bee-Trooper Armorhorn, and 1 Seraphim Papillion. Bee-Trooper Armorhorn allows that extra normal summon that Injectors have been missing. You will have an Inzektor Dragonfly on field with an Inzektor Centipede. You'll add another Dragonfly to hand off of Centipede, and then you'll link into Armorhorn to be able to normal summon that new Dragonfly. Seraphim Papillion, it's a way to get Bee-Trooper Armorhorn off the field so that you're not locked into insects. For the P.U.N.K cards, we've got Rising Carp, Chaos Ruler, and the Zombie Vampire. These are just necessary cards that you have to play due to the P.U.N.K engine. Chaos Ruler and the Zombie Vampire allow you to mill the cards that you need to be able to fill up your grave for the Inzektor plays, and to bring the Inzektor cards to hand or special summon them without committing to a normal summon. For the boss monsters of the deck, we've got Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, Baron de Fleur, Appaloosa, Bee-Trooper Armorhorn, and Boral Sword Dragon. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend is an extra negate, so is Baron de Fleur. Baron de Fleur can also just pop the equipped Inzektor cards on your side of the field to be able to activate their effects along with the effects of the Inzektor monsters that they're equipped to. Appaloosa, it is so easy to get a 4 counter Oppo on board for your 5th summon. Giant Bee-Trooper Invincible Atlas is essentially an insect version of Dragoon. Can't be targeted and is unaffected by your opponent's monster effects while it has 3,000 or less attack. Also tribute an insect just to make him 5,000 attack to go for game. Boral Sword Dragon is your OTK enabler, and there's another reason that we run Boral Sword Dragon over Access Code Talker specifically. Boral Sword Dragon has this neat little effect where if it changes the battle position of a monster on your side of the field, it can attack once more. And what's that monster that we're going to be changing the attack position of? Number 3 Cicada King. When its battle position is changed, special summon an insect from the grave. Wow! And then for our last two cards, we've got Crystron, Helki Fibrax, and TG Wonder Magician. This is the side deck that I've been using at the events I've been going to. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I run Emergency Teleport in the deck, so I figured it'd be the best side deck hand trap. Nibiru, a Inzektor Hornet, can get over that Nib token, so you don't have to worry about it. Lightning Storm, along with Harpy's Feather Duster, are side deck outs to back row. And then for monster effects and its negation, we've got 3 Forbidden Droplet and 3 Dark Ruler No More. You'll side them in depending on what the matchup is. And now here's the other part of the video, the cards that I couldn't fit in the main deck, but I figured that if I showed them to you, you'd be able to tell me in the comments how best to use them for future iterations of this deck. So first off, we've got Inzektor Sword Zectcalibur and Inzektor Gigaweevil. They almost do the same thing as Gigamantis. Zectcalibur just adds to hand, and then Gigaweevil can special summon anything, including itself from grave, whereas Gigamantis can special summon anything except itself. The reason that I've chosen Gigamantis over Gigaweevil is that Gigamantis makes the original attack of an Inzektor it's equipped to 2400. Gigaweevil just adds defense. So in a pinch, that 2400 attack will help push for game, whereas defense just really won't. Basic insect support, we've got Dragon Bite, the Battle Wasp cards, along with the Bee Trooper cards. Now, I've been messing around with them, I've been having a good time, but I can't figure out how to make this as consistent as it possibly can be with these cards. The Battle Wasps and Dragon Bite help you go into Hulk plays a little bit better, and the Bee Troopers help with extending your plays out, but I figured that it wasn't as explosive as the P.U.N.K engine could be. If you have a way of building an Inzektor deck utilizing the Battle Wasps and the Bee Troopers better, please let me know in the comments down below, or message me on Twitter or Instagram. And don't forget to follow me on those two apps too. That's where I do a lot of announcements for this channel. Yes, I know, they are absolutely hated, but it is so easy to go into this with Inzektor. Having a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend on field with a Crystron Helki Fibrax that hasn't been activated yet, and then going into a Formula Synchron to go into Psychic End Punisher on your opponent's turn, is a pretty spicy play that I've looked into. It's just that the extra deck space is pretty tight. These are just extra cards that I have noticed have synergized with the deck, but I haven't been able to make work as well as I'd like. If you see any of these cards, or any ways that you can maximize the potential of Inzektors with, comment down below so that I can know what's going through your head. Well anyways, that's the deck profile. I hope that you guys liked it. If you would like to see these combos, please get this video to 50 likes. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get more deck profiles of decks that you remember from the early 2010s. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you around, guys.